Well, hello everyone. Here to show you the Dora the Explorer and Family Stories coloring right here. As you see right here is that I went ahead and drew is that the number of members, which if any of us are familiar with the cartoon Dora the Explorer, it's like very say Nick, I think Nick Jr. and Nickelodeon it is. But of course this activity I came up with right here, of course, is talking about that Dora the Explorer, and along with the say family and friends, these activities that you have right here is that of course drew this from a photo that of course I researched on, but you begin to wonder a lot of times. It's like, why is it that a magnifying glass is like a representative represents it's like for a search dialogue, but I guess that's mainly like an icon for like if you were to to get on a computer internet site, that a lot of times that you would see that on there. It's like you do a search, it's like a little symbol that means it's like look for the details about some certain subjects. But what you got right here is you have the characters right here, which I don't even remember. I don't even know all the names of them, but it's like you got with Boots right here, and with Boots right here that you have right here is you have which don't even know if that would be his real name, but Dora the Explorer. And the main reason why I put this activity together is talking about family stories, and a lot of times we could probably say that we may not remember a certain moment, that such as a birthday party, or it could be a anniversary or something like that. Anniversary or gathering, graduation, anniversary, whatever it is that you may say that or think that you don't remember some certain thing, but then something that may come up that may remind you that certain moment. And of course it could be maybe a dress. It's like if a dress that your mother-in-law had given you, that if you were to wear it, that more likely that you say that oh yeah, I remember that moment, or I don't remember this, I just remember some parts of the moment. But you could see that right here. I went ahead and add the details right here for the Dora the Explorer characters, and with the so you got a variety of crayons right here, but of course is to go ahead and work with this this metallic color. So I guess it's like a new brand right here for the the Crayola coloring. It's like, I think it's like Glitter X or something like that. But anyway, see here, go ahead and work a little bit with this character right here. Let's go ahead and add some details right here for that, for this character, which I guess Annie Mouse or something like that. Yeah, it looks like a mouse or like a squirrel, type character. But you got right here is you got that. It's like you got see here. Go ahead and add a little bit of go ahead and see here. Add this color right here. The Magante, see Magante. But you got the detail right here of the different characters, and of course with these characters right here represent, it's like a gathering. And I would probably suggest that if anything, if there is a time where you can't remember a certain thing from a certain moment, a lot of times it would help if you were to draw something out, like something that like a TV show that you used to watch or something like that, or maybe something a cousin used to watch with you, such as maybe Dora the Explorer, or another cartoon TV show. Or say it's like put like an activity like this together, to where that the type of memories that may help the memories. It's like from your best memories, from your remembrance. But you got right here is, I would include right here is, of course, is the family get-togethers, and along with the groups, and then the activities, friends, and then of course you got the holidays, and then the special occasions, and all it's secret. And a lot of times I was thinking that tell other family members, it seems like that if we I used to be called like that person with say the number one. It's like the best memory is like, I would remember this moment, I remember that moment, remember the anniversary, and then maybe a few years later that I would be like, I would just like seems like I would be kind of off track of whatever, the graduation, or it could be the family reunion. I don't remember the family reunion from that year, or something like that. Or it could be, it's like somebody's anniversary, or visiting, the airport, whatever it is. But yeah, and then a lot of times people would probably say that, well, there's something going on with your memory. It's like there's something going on. You don't remember that. Well, like there must be brain fog going on somewhere. But more likely that I would probably say that that's not really the case. What really is the case, of course, is that it's like each family member seems like they would have like their own certain moment of, say, is the family story. And of course, by every family member, family or friends, would have a story to share to everybody else. Something like hiking, or could have been something related to that you went on a hiking trip by yourself, or went shopping by yourself, went on a road trip by yourself, whatever it is. It seems like that I think that which a lot of people will probably say there are some stories that may not want to be talked about, such as maybe something bad memories that happened in the past or something like that. But then of course you can maybe always find a good memory somewhere, and one of those good memories, of course, maybe is the fact about is like that some certain person that you met those couple of years ago. And then of course, as you have right here, you got the family tree. And then you begin to wonder about where the family tree starts. And of course, where does the family tree start? Mainly, I guess, by knowing, like the one who's really the new member of the family, is that it grows by is that whoever, it's like whoever wants to tell what story, and that somebody gets married, or becomes friends with somebody, starts a relationship with somebody, such and such. But of course, I could maybe go on for maybe 20 hours about this story here, about maybe a few things that I remember from my childhood. But of course, it's kind of a long story, of course, for how I was able to draw out memory. Of course, it's like, if I remember right, that if anything, I only traced whenever I was asked to trace. But a lot of times that I was able to draw, little cartoon figures like this right here, is basically was I think came up with the idea of working with the talent, is that everybody would have like their own certain talent. It's like I think if I remember right, that flowers was one of the good things that I was really good at drawing. It's like, other than the mountains and stuff, but you got right here is that you have mountains, and then along right here, and then with the sun right here. This will be as like the sun, but every once in a while I would draw the sun, and then of course with Dora the Explorer, draw the details. He's like using this color. It's like the tempo weed. It's the tempo reed. I guess it's a little bit lighter than the brown. So you got these variety of colors, and of course you don't really need a big variety of colors. Of course, is about a lot from what I got, that from the set of crayons that I had bought. And but you got right there, you got Dora the Explorer, and then of course add just a little bit of pink. But basically the whole idea about family memories, is like for family stories and family memories, is to know that more likely that it seems like it's like a puzzle. If you were to try to put together a photo album, or whatever you call it, a scrapbook, or any type of collage, or it could be a set of family memories or whatever, family reunions, a lot of times that it seems like there may be always something missing. But of course that you could probably think that I don't remember that moment, but somebody else does. It seems like a lot of times like it's a mathematical type problem. And what I mean by mathematical type problem, I'm talking about that it seems like each family gets about maybe 40% of the puzzle pieces. Like each the puzzle pieces on each and every person's memory. And the puzzle piece, it's like that there are some things that family members do remember, and some things that they don't remember. And more likely, I guess you could say that drawing it out, I guess, would be a kind of a neat experience. It's like just to draw it out, get yourself some ideas about. It's like you'll be surprised. I could be honest with you. You'll be surprised that I remember stuff. Of course, that may be a few stupid things I did whenever I was a kid, but of course, whenever I was in school, I sometimes I remember. It just comes to my mind whenever I'm doing something. It could be cleaning around the house, or it could be listening to music, or whatever it is. Maybe wearing a certain outfit. That a lot of times that certain memories come up, and I really don't know how that happens, but more likely it's like it just something that comes to your mind that sometimes it don't escape, it don't leave your mind until maybe a few hours later, few days later it is. But of course, it's like you say that with family stories, to know that and if anybody tells you that maybe that the story's boring or whatever, how did you and her meet, or how long have you been friends with this person, whatever it is, that more likely we all ought to know that it's like it seems like there's always something interesting related to the fact about what we can do. So far as like that the stories that from what we remember. And in fact, we can also maybe know that, of course, is it really if there's any such thing as maybe what you call that boring story, maybe a false story, maybe a story that is not true. But of course, it's like that I would even think that nobody would want to read about me if I ever were to write a book. It's like the story about me, or say the story about my talents, that more like I guess find out later. But so far with Dora the Explorer, and then you got right here, it's like for boots. It's like the boots that we'll be carrying, which you say is either a tax return, or what you say that special letter from that special somebody is for the letter from somebody for the story about the family member is like the family tree is for Dora the Explorer and Family Stories coloring.